Protein is super important, but there are a lot of mistakes that can be made when it comes to your protein intake, and that is what I want to share today. I'm going to share with you 4 protein mistakes that you may be making that you need to stop right now. Let's go. Hi, I'm Alex, a sports dietitian and nutritionist. Welcome into my channel. Great to have you here. Increasing our protein is a big goal for so many people, or at least it should be, because there is a benefit to eating an adequate amount of protein. No matter if you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, or improve athletic performance, protein becomes a pillar of your nutrition. But despite the popularity of protein, and despite the fact that people are trying to get better with their protein, eat protein this and this version, the reality is that time and time again, as a dietitian, I see people making mistakes when it comes to their protein intake. Mistakes that are actually very easy to fix. And if you fix them, your level of nutrition will just go up. So it's a win-win. You can't go wrong by addressing these things that are basically low-hanging fruits in a sense. So without further ado, let's get into them. So mistake number 1 is quite simply not focusing on really leveling up your protein to adequacy levels. In other words, not eating enough protein. Now, I know this seems like an obvious one, but you'd be surprised how many times people actually don't realize how much protein they need, or they are thinking that they're eating more protein than they actually are. And this could be for a number of different reasons. I'm not going to go into all of them, but simply put, you need to be making sure that you're eating protein consistently and adequately and from the right sources. Your total daily amount matters. Now, how much you need individually? Well, through YouTube, I can't really give you the answer, can I? Because it's such an individual thing. But if you want like a ballpark figure, I would say if you can get somewhere between 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of lean body weight or goal body weight, you'll be in a rough, good position of where you need to be for protein. Beyond that comes a lot more strategy and stuff that you have to consider. But yeah, the mistake people make is they're just not really focused on eating total amount of protein to the level that they need. It's good at all eating more protein, but if you're not hitting total amounts, you're missing out and leaving a lot of results potentially on the table. Mistake number two is that timing of protein or the distribution of protein is a bit off. So while total protein is king, that's the biggest thing you need to address. Secondly, you need to make sure that you're eating at a decent distribution. I.e., you can't just be like, oh, I'm eating all my protein, but I'm eating it for dinner. Well, what's happening in the first part of the day? And then vice versa. This is particularly important if you're someone who's an athlete or focused on performance of some degree, because then your level of nutrition kind of prescription or strategy goes a bit higher. It's a new game in a sense. And because of that, you need to make sure your timing and your distribution is at least accounted for eventually. But if you're not eating protein at an adequate distribution, and you're not timing in the correct way, despite the eating total protein at adequate levels, you're gonna still leave results on the table. Because for adequate muscle protein synthesis and retention of muscle and improving biofeedback and adaptations from your training, you need to be getting at least a consistent influx of protein throughout the day. Hence why you always hear dietitians recommending to include a protein with each meal and maybe even a snack. Mistake number 3 is not choosing lean sources of protein. So you can find protein in a variety of different foods. And even among the high protein foods and high quality protein foods, there are better and worse choices. So while all foods can fit, you want to still focus as much as you can on choosing good quality whole foods that are on the leaner side. Because choosing lean protein sources will not only help you with your health, it'll also help you because you're able to allocate more calories elsewhere, allowing a more broad and more strategic approach to your nutrition. So yeah, try 80% of the time to choose a lean source of protein, choose the quality sources, choose the ones that are going to help not only be budget friendly from a caloric point of view, but also going to provide you proteins. Okay, 2 of those together can actually make it easier for you to make sure the rest of your nutrition fits the bill. And finally, last but not least, number 4 is the mistake is that you're disregarding the importance or the benefit or the relevance of plant-based protein. Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. The first one is just quite simply knowing that there are plant-based sources, and including a variety of different foods and not just eating protein from animal-based sources can be a nice way to balance out your nutrition and make sure you're healthier. But also number 2, where it's a case of not understanding that it's not just the animal foods in your diet that are providing protein. Therefore you think, oh, I'm getting this and that, but I'm not sure if it's enough protein. But then you're disregarding the fact that the bread you're eating, the beans you're eating, the legumes, and all this sort of stuff that you're eating as part of your diet, in connection with your normal protein intake, is actually still providing you protein. And therefore, your total protein is probably better than maybe you expect at times because you're not accounting for the plant-based sources that are actually still providing some protein. Because remember, the body kind of combines the protein you eat. It doesn't go, oh, you're just eating animal-based protein, this is the one we're going to use, all the plant-based protein, you can go away. It doesn't work that way. All of it kind of counts and it kind of connects together. So keep that in mind. But also don't disregard the importance or the potential benefit of including some more quality plant-based foods in your diet that can provide a good protein intake. Tofu, tempeh, anything based with like soy protein, that sort of stuff, edamame beans, all this sort of thing can actually be quite helpful for you, legumes even. These things will provide protein for you in a healthy way with other nutrients as well, fibers and other kind of nutrients that you need to be the healthiest you can be. Because it's not just about muscle building and weight loss. You got to make sure you're healthy while doing it. Otherwise, what's the point? So there you go. That's my 4 protein mistakes, common protein mistakes that I want to share with you that you might be making, that I see time and time again, that are super easy to address. Of course, if you're struggling with this or you're struggling with your nutrition, you just need someone to help you with strategy that's individualized to you, then please let me know. Okay, reach out in the show notes below. You'll be able to see the details for how to contact me. Let's see if we're a good fit. I work with a number of clients, from vegans to meat eaters to athletes to non-athletes to I work with so many different people, help them leverage real nutrition to get real results. So if that is something that interests you, just to have a bit of a chat. Okay, you're not committing to anything, just have a bit of a chat. Let me know, email me or just comment below or get in contact somehow. Instagram's a great way as well. You can DM me there. But let's just chat and see if we're a good fit and go from there. Now comment below, let me know which of these protein mistakes have you been making and are going to address first. Let me know in the comments below. As always, like the video if it's been helpful, of course. And until next time, stay classy, have a good one, see you later, bye.